After the longest hiatus from live shows since Livingston Taylor first launched his music career more than 5 decades ago, thus 2019's The Best of Liv, 50 years of Livingston Taylor Live, he's been spending the summer making up for lost time. Among his performances, he'll be back at City Winery in Boston this Thursday, and he's playing 2 shows in Oak Bluffs later this month. Livingston Taylor joins me now. I really missed you, Livingston. How are you?
Oh, Jim, the feeling is mutual, and it's so good to see you again, even if by Zoom. Can't wait till we're back together in the same space.
What have you been doing for 16 months?
Well, I had a little show called the Livingston Taylor Show. I did what everybody else did during this time. I lay on the couch a lot and watched Netflix. I loved it when people would say to me, "Have you been writing? You must have taken this time." No, I write because I think about my audience and I think about going out and playing this stuff for them. Now, just wrote when I got back to them, then I started writing again.
So what was it like when you did your first live thing with actual human beings physically in front of you? I'm serious. What was that like after this long period of time? Well, I guess that's my answer.
Yeah.
What was it like?
By the way, it makes me cry to think about it. I miss them so much, and I needed to be with them so badly. And when I saw my beautiful audience again, I simply freaked out. It was though this great weight had been lifted from me. God, it was pleasant.
Is it like riding a bike, or is it, what's that like?
Oh, well, what was interesting, because I had done this Livingston Taylor show every week, which is, of course, just like this on a camera. And live, you're just bigger than live. It's all of this, but on camera, it's sort of, "Hi, it's so good to see you." It was that Mr. Rogers a kind of vibe. And so I was doing a show, and my wife Gail said, "Livingston, you got to pick this up a little bit, you got to find the corners of this room." So, I'm back to my usual amped up self.
Livingston, I was looking at the City Winery website where you are on Thursday, and they're one of the places, and I love this, you're either vaxxed or you need a test within a certain number of days. I think that's the safest route. Are you at all concerned being out in the world performing in settings where people aren't? Huh?
We got vaccinated, so we didn't have to worry about this. We got vaccinated so we would vastly improve our odds of not being desperately ill from COVID. It's not to say that it won't happen. It's like putting on a safety belt in your friggin' car. You put it on because statistically you know that you're not going to get as injured with it on as with it off. I've developed this syndrome where periodically through the day, I'll just out of nowhere go, "Who doesn't get vaxxed? Who doesn't do this?" And so then I calm down.
I think Anthony Fauci should try that same approach. I think it might work.
Who doesn't get vaxxed?
Can you do, you're going to play a little longer at the end of the show. Can you give me 30 seconds just to get me in the mood, Livingston Taylor?
Sure. It says, "I'm in, I'm on, I'm good, I'm set. Falling out of 50, but I ain't dead yet. Ain't scared of the devil, we've already met. I got nothing bottled up inside. It's still a hell of a ride." And that song goes on like that.
Are you different as a performer in any way after 16 months of this nightmare, or are you the same guy as before?
It's an interesting question. I'm 16 months older, and so I went into this pandemic as a 69-year-old, and I came out of it as a 70-year-old, and that passage of time. So it's always difficult to know at this age, sort of what is age related and what is time related, what's going to come back, what is leaving permanently. It's an interesting uncertainty, the uncertainty of advancing age. Of course, what supplants it is the total joy of doing a self-check and going, whoa, wait a minute, I'm really well. Sweet. So there's a really compelling quantity of gratitude at the same time.
Trust me, aging is better than the alternative if you haven't considered that before.
That's what they say.
That's what most people say. You know, one of the cruel ironies of many cruel ironies of this whole thing is, as a consumer of what you and others like you do, I've always felt music is one of the, particularly live in-person music, one of the most important ways to get through difficult times, and we were denied that. Now that we're hopefully at a point where we won't be denied it much longer, do you see what you do and are going to be doing as an important way to help transition us out of the pain that so many have experienced for so long?
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing that's very important here, in my opinion, is that the need of societies to get together in large groups is really crucial. Seems to me we've been doing that as Homo sapiens literally since the dawn of civilization. And when you take people and don't let them get together in large groups and discover where normal lives, they just go bat-ass crazy. And so we need to be getting back together to recenter ourselves.
Well, Livingston Taylor, it is great to see you long distance, and I can't wait to see you in person. You're going to play a little more in a minute. Be well.
I will. Thank you so much, Jim. Always a joy to watch you and to be with you.
Great to see you too, Livingston.